This is a question also from Beis Rivka seminary. This year I learned a lot about wanting Mashiach, not for the physical good it will bring, but for Shleimus Torah mitzvahs, which is the clarity and avodah without obstacles. In other words, the Rebbe says in Linktree that Mashiach is a time when all people are good, all people are righteous, all people serve Hashem, and they serve Hashem for the right reasons. And ultimately, it's with their own free will, not by coercion. So this girl is writing, I've been trying to wrap my head around it. How do we really want Mashiach only for that? And are you not supposed to say Mashiach now if something bad happens, Rachmana litzlan? Good question. So in other words, when you're a little kid, you learn about Mashiach because it's going to be a good life, and you're going to meet people who have passed away, or whatever the particulars of Mashiach are that you have. And then all of a sudden you find out there's a whole new Mashiach. The Mashiach is about Shleimus Torah mitzvah, the world becoming better, and so on. So the question is, that's difficult for me to do, A. And am I not supposed to say I want Mashiach when I experience or I observe pain in the world? Great questions. Both of them are great questions. And the answer is, you're supposed to want Mashiach, period. If you can't want Mashiach for an ideal reason, want Mashiach for an unideal reason. If you can't want Mashiach because you want to be a better Yid and closer to Hashem, and live in a world where all human beings, Jews and non-Jews, have reached a state of intelligence and wisdom and priority, where all of us use the divine strength the Eibusha gave us as human beings and as Jewish people to be righteous, just to live as a human being was made to live, with conscience and morality and goodness. If that Mashiach doesn't appeal to you, then you should certainly want Mashiach, what I call a pizza and extra cheese, with extra cheese. You should want Mashiach for a secondary reason. The real issue, and the reason we talked about it so much this year, is because you have to understand what Mashiach means. You want Mashiach for whatever level you're on. But don't define Mashiach by that. Those are two different things. It's one thing to say, I want Mashiach because somebody's sick. That's legitimate. But to describe Mashiach as the end of pain and the end of suffering is really not. Mashiach is so much more than that. Mashiach is so much more than that. And we owe it to our mature selves to have the wisdom of appreciating, why is Mashiach a religious idea? Why is Mashiach a part of Yiddishkeit? It's not just because Mashiach is reward, and that the reward is, to use the cliche line again, pizza with extra cheese. Mashiach is religion itself, the way I explain it in the classes. If this world is God's, shouldn't He be in charge? And if He's in charge, shouldn't it seem that way? And if it's God's world and God is in charge, why aren't we living as the Eibishter wants us to live? Well, Mashiach means God wins. Mashiach means that humanity matures to a point where it lives a life based on the principle of Torah mitzvahs, both between man and man, as well as between man and God, based on the Torah, based on Har Sinai. Again, for the Jewish people, it's a Tayag mitzvah, so for the non-Jewish people, it's the Sheva mitzvahs b'nei Noach. Understanding Mashiach is important. Understanding a more meaningful Mashiach is a good thing for you. You don't want to have, forgive me for using these words, a childish notion of Mashiach. You want to have a Torah notion of Mashiach. Now, none of us are perfect, right? It's like people who do things for schar. If I do mitzvahs because I want to be rewarded, so I should be doing them not to be rewarded, like it says in Pirkei Avos, but it's better to do the mitzvah for reward than to do it not for reward. But at least I need to understand what a mitzvah is. That the greatest thing in doing a mitzvah is not the cookie I'm going to get, but the mitzvah itself. Mashiach is the same idea. That even if I want Mashiach for an ulterior reason, I should know what Mashiach really is about. Mashiach is about people finding the best in themselves. All of us. And living the Eibishter made people to live. And it's the manifestation of God in the world. And whether I am fully in desire of that, or I want Mashiach for some other reasons, is a separate question. But we should certainly know what Mashiach means, and we should aspire to want Mashiach for a more meaningful purpose. As far as the second question is concerned, it's a knee-jerk reaction. Whenever things happen in the world that are painful, people say we want Mashiach, which is okay. It's a prayer. You're allowed to daven. But the Rebbe wants that we should not only want Mashiach when we experience pain, we should want Mashiach always. We want Mashiach because our very existence is painful, our very existence in Golus. As the Gemara says, Oy li shechrafti es beisi, ve'eglesi es bon, el ben umasam. The Eibishter says, every day I regret destroying the Beis HaMikdash and sending my children into Golus, they belong with me. That's reason enough to want Mashiach. So the best person, with the best of lives, materially and spiritually, should want Mashiach all the time. And that's our goal, as Yidden, as practitioners and believers in the Gimel Ikri Amunah, especially with the Rebbe's singular focus on Mashiach. Ani Mayim Emunah Shleima B'Yas HaMashiach, that we should want Mashiach all the time, not just when things are difficult.